I feel like I should jump on here and just document what I am feeling right now because the girls are 14 months today. I think it's the 21st. And Hopi is 5.5. And sure. Now, if you follow me for a long time, you know that I've had 2 pregnancies outside of both IVF, both successful IVF cycles, both ending in early miscarriages. So, I mean, I would hope this is a viable pregnancy. Obviously, this is not planned at all. This is about the time I got pregnant naturally after Hope, and actually, it could be almost exactly the time. Now that I think about it, but Steven isn't even home. I haven't told him yet. I did make an appointment for this afternoon at 3. So anyways, I'm on cycle day 35 right now, and I found out my sister's pregnant. And we were kind of cycling together, even though I live in Washington, she lives in California. And so we always kind of joke. She has 4 kids of her own, 4 kids with her new husband, and then now they're gonna have a 9th child. And so I was like, oh my gosh, what if we're pregnant together? Because we usually use protection, but I mean, my story. It's not like we've had so much unprotected sex and never really had success, and so I didn't really find it totally necessary every time. So anyways, maybe 2 or 3 days ago, I had some brown spotting, some brown blood, and I told Steven, I was like, dodge that bullet. We always kind of joke about it every month if we've been kind of lazy. And then the next day came and I didn't have anything, and then today I was like, so strange. I'm not someone to spot before my period. I'm more like, oh, okay, I started my period, now I have a mess. And so, anyways, I had a pregnancy test because I had bought a box, anyways, a while back, maybe 2 months ago or something. And so in my mind, how it works is if I take a pregnancy test, I start my period. And so I was just like, ugh, I'm tired of just waiting for it, so I'm just gonna take a test and then I'll start my period. So I'm literally dipped the test, the girls are in here, and I dipped it, and then I'm carrying it like this into the other room, and I had my phone and this in my hand, and my hand just opened, and I was like, what? It was literally, I wasn't even being careful, it was literally just carrying it, and it had already turned solid positive. The test line is darker than the control line before it had even finished going over. And I was just in such shock. I'm in such shock because, anyways, it's probably gross, right? Playing with it. It's capped, but whatever. Yeah. So anyways, I have the brown discharge, which I typically get when I'm pregnant. And I did not document my triplet pregnancy, but I had bleeding, significant bleeding up until, the girls were playing with toys, until about 14 or 15 weeks pregnant. It was awful. I was scared all the time. And then I did have some spotting with Hope, I'm pretty sure. So what I don't remember is what it looked like when I got pregnant naturally, honestly. I'm just praying that this is viable this time. I definitely don't want to go through another loss, even in the same breath that we're not prepared for this in any way. We have triplet 14-month-olds. We'll have 4 kids, 2 and under. People are gonna think we're so crazy. I'm sure everyone's gonna be like, maybe you'll have a boy this time. Please. So I go in at 3:10. When I called in, they don't really know me there. I had just made an appointment. It's about 6 months ago. I was having some awful periods, and so she was like, "Here's, take this birth control." She wanted me to get the implant in my arm, which I refused to do, and I wasn't going to take oral birth control because I'm still nursing. And now I'm going to go back and be like, "Ha ha ha ha! Probably should have taken birth control." So they weren't gonna see me. I was like, "Hey, here's my situation. Can I get a blood test? Blah blah blah." And they're like, "Yeah, we don't do that." And I'm like, "Yeah, you do. For me, you do. So just schedule me an appointment if you don't want to just call the blood work in, and let's get it done." So I don't take no for an answer with doctors ever. Like, I'm paying for it, so you'll do whatever tests I ask you to do. You'll do as many ultrasounds as I want because I'm a patient, so I don't ever go to a doctor that doesn't give me what I'm asking for. So, does that sound rude? I don't know. Anyways, Steven should be off in about 45 minutes, and then he's gonna come home, and then I'll tell him. Stay tuned.